Director at Mindel.
I'm Baxter, the Marketing Director at Mindel.
We are an all-inclusive branding and marketing house. We create identities and then take them to the market.
Why do we love CAASie?
Yeah, why do you love CAASie?
I love CAASie because I can bypass the largest publishers in the world in a second. It's awesome. I can use them for any kind of client, any budget, and it works really well for top of funnel brand awareness. And just allowing access to these massive billboards for small to medium-sized businesses is incredible. You couldn't do that in the past.
For example, we just had a very successful campaign.
Yes, we did.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you want to tell them about it or shall I?
I think you came up with the idea. Yeah.
So we did some work for a client of ours, a billboard campaign that was to promote their new brand, Oliver James. They're a young, exciting furniture brand, and we wanted to kind of create something that was a bit left of centre, a little bit obnoxious, and really make people look and think about who they were. The campaign for Oliver James was quite simple. We just wanted to make some noise and people start to notice their brand. So the idea was to take on the biggest furniture competitor in the world, IKEA, and pinpoint their main difference, which is Oliver James doesn't need to be made at home. You go, you buy your chair, and it's done. So no more Allen keys, no more chores, simple chairs. That was the idea. The best part about this campaign was that Oliver James, two young designers out of Adelaide, and they really want to make noise. They want to be noticed and they're up and coming. So the campaign was based around that energy that the brand has.
In the past, to run any kind of billboard campaign or out-of-home campaign, whether it's displays or billboards out the side of the road, or bus stop campaigns, you had to have a relationship with a publisher, and those relationships required minimum spends, minimum placements, and it was a pretty difficult vetting process with getting things up there. What we found with CAASie is that we're able to completely bypass all of that and just use the platform that they have. For this particular client, OJ, and with Jared's idea, it just made complete sense. And so with this, we're able to actually grab the billboard out the front of IKEA.
Cool. It's really cool that, a young company, fresh, out there, trying to make an impact, can get their brand and their billboard up in front of the airport and IKEA, on Rundle Mall, in Rundle Mall.
Being a boutique agency, it has just allowed us to open up another level of service with our clients that we weren't able to do in the past, because we don't have those kind of relationships, and if we were to, it would take so long to be able to get them, and then the minimum spend for our clients wouldn't make any sense, especially within the digital age where out-of-home in general has died off and there's more of clients' budgets going towards digital and online. This sort of meets in the middle and allows us to grab budgets in the past that would have been pushed to maybe like a bigger agency and then put through to out-of-home with their massive markups. Instead, we can just run those campaigns in-house with everything else that we do on top of that for the client. And that's been a massive leg up.
One of the other great benefits of CAASie is that there's no lock-in contracts. So for a company like OJ who's just getting established, they don't have to go straight to the billboard company and pay these hefty fees and create these relations. They can just go straight through CAASie as a platform and get their billboard up in a matter of days.
One of the biggest benefits to the platform is the real-time analytics that I get with it. And in the past, you weren't able to do this with any traditional out-of-home provider. They gatekeep that. And for us to be able to show actual insights from their campaign to the client, it's massive. We weren't able to do that in the past. And it's a complete game changer. And when it comes down to setting up a campaign, we're able to see foot traffic and vehicle traffic. And that actually dictated our campaign for OJ. And that's why we placed it at between 4 and 6 p.m. next to the airport, right next to IKEA, because that's when we get the most visibility on the campaign. And with that, Jared did some awesome creative that went into it. So yeah, I'll let you jump in.
Creative was a bit of lighthearted ribbon towards IKEA. We found a very universal pain point is that you have to make the chairs yourself, whereas OJ, it's ready to go, you just pick it up and it's a quality chair. So we made that campaign with the visuals kind of inspired by the IKEA man that you get on the instructions, throwing away his Allen keys and standing on an OJ chair. The design, the grid system was made very simply, inspired again by the IKEA instruction manual. So that was kind of intended so that people would kind of notice it was familiar, and then they'd think actually about what the message was saying.
The message was pretty good as well.
Yeah. Let's go check out the billboard we just made.